You can feel free to applaud me at any time. Some people like it to be held till the end. You can just interrupt me whenever you want. Hi, everyone. Yeah, Ben Milne's getting it. They asked me to kind of do an introduction, and I'll be introducing each of the speakers. So we are now part of the Global Phenomenon and Ideas Conference, if you will. I guess when I was growing up, oh, by the way, I'm Mike from Raygun. I guess when I was growing up, it's like the State of the Union now. I guess when I was growing up, I always thought that it would be a little ironic to have an ideas conference from Iowa, considering I thought Iowa was a place where you got, a solid education, good morals, and then you went to Manhattan and just used those to make a ton of money. And so my goal had always been to leave the state, which I accomplished. I graduated from high school, and I went to the University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia, and I actually started Raygun out there and ran the company for about a year, but always kind of had trouble getting traction of how to set myself apart. And then it dawned on me that I should move a company back to Des Moines, Iowa, which most of my friends in Philadelphia thought was crazy and asked me how I ever thought I would survive selling shirts in Ohio. And especially when my main customer base looked like this. Now, I think this Grant Wood portrait pretty much captures us all, leaning on our shovels, overalls and handkerchief, just staring at our fields, letting cows mosey in the background. And this stereotype is formed in some sort of truth. It is an agricultural state. But I was never really able to get over how many contradictions there seem to be in what it means to be Iowan. For instance, although we don't cling to them, we definitely have a healthy relationship with guns and religion. But at the same time, moving us back in the other direction, we take pride in our public schools and filled out the 2000 census more than any other state in terms of percentages. So that's why no person one does not reside anywhere else follows from my cold dead hands. And you kind of also weigh into that the fact that in 2008, unlike New York or California or Texas in their primaries, we voted for Barack Obama in overwhelming numbers. But at the same time, we also voted for Mike Huckabee. The state is, true to stereotype, overwhelmingly white. However, we did, even with a small minority population, we desegregated our schools almost 100 years before the U.S. Supreme Court desegregated their schools, and we were the third state in the country to overturn bans on mixed-race marriages. I have a dream, and it's Iowa. Finally. We consume more Jell-O per capita than any other state in the country. And I still have yet to figure out why that is. But we also have more farmers markets per capita than anywhere in the country. And finally, although the state is always considered conservative when it comes to compared to a place like California, in 2008, our Supreme Court did what no other state in the country has done, which is overwhelmingly, unanimously overturn a ban on gay marriage. All my Photoshop skills went into that. Now, you definitely don't see farmers like that in Nebraska. They're shopping at Raygun. And so it kind of makes me wonder what makes a state like this possible, where there are so many contradictions going on at the same time. And in my mind, it kind of comes down to fairness, that our system is open to both sides, and that on one side of the state, we have a liberal Bruce Braley. On the other side of the state, we have Steve, terrorists will be dancing the streets if Obama wins king. But at the heart of that, we have the only nonpartisan redistricting system in the entire country, meaning that every year Iowa's elections are competitive. They're not controlled by one side or the other. And when I looked for somewhere to start a company or somewhere to start an idea, having a place that's not dominated by one side or the other, but has a population of positive, open-minded people, I think is what it really takes to get your idea to grow into fruition. And so today at this conference, we've invited a couple people who have taken their ideas in Iowa and grown them into something much larger, in the hopes to inspire you all to take your ideas and plant in the Iowa soil and watch them grow. I minored in metaphors at Penn. So if you're going to try metaphors at home, you don't want to start off with one that impactful. You want to start lower and move up.